on the last class. In this question, there are two straight lines, 3x minus my is equals to 19 and 3x plus 5y is equals to 7. These are the two straight lines. And the question has given the angle between the two lines, that is 45 degree. And we are supposed to find the value of m by using this condition. And most of you may be confused. And that if the angle is 45 degree, let's take the positive sign only, because this is the case of the acute angle. So that's not the case here. It's a bit different than you are thinking. So just a minute. Okay, so have you solved this question or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what can you tell me the value of m?
Sir, I think it is 12.
Yeah. Can you repeat it again? I could not listen properly. Okay, so let's go through all the solution. If you have those who have not solved it, please copy it. If you have solved it, then it's okay. Just a minute, let me correct the pen for it. Let me do some setting for pen. Just a minute, okay. Please pay attention in each and every step of the question and try to understand yourself, okay? And be attentive here. Most of the students, they just turn on the laptop, they just sit in front of the laptop or sit in front of the mobile, and they are not present mentally. So please be present both mentally as well as physically, okay, in this online class. Okay, just for a few minutes, I'm going to fix a few things here. I'm going to do this few settings here so that I can write it smoothly. Okay, here are the two straight lines. One is 3x minus my is equals to 19. One is 3x minus my is equals to 19. Please try to understand what the question is trying to say actually. And the angle between the another line, this is 3x minus my is equals to 19, and there is another line, 3x plus 5y is equals to 7. Actually, the angle between these two lines is 45 degree here. And we are going to use the condition to find the value of m. Okay, let's make this rough figure here. So solution here, given equations are 3x minus my is equals to 19. Its slope will be slope m1 is equals to minus coefficient of x by coefficient of y, so it will be minus 3 by minus m equals to 3 by m. So the second equation is 3x plus 5y is equals to 7, and its slope will be slope m2 is equals to minus a by b again, so it will be minus 3 by 5, no doubt up to here. Since the angle between them is 45 degree, let's use the formula of angle between the two lines. Okay, please make a figure or something like this on one side of your copy. So since angle between the lines is 45 degree, angle between the lines is 45 degree, so tan 45 degree is equals to plus minus m1 minus m2 by 1 plus m1 times m2, no doubt up to here. Tan 45 is 1, so it will be equals to plus minus m1 is 3 by m and m2 is minus 3 by 5 all upon 1 plus m1 is 3 by m and m2 is minus 3 by 5. So don't get confused here. Don't take only the positive sign here, okay? You have to take both the signs. 1 is equals to plus minus both the signs. I'll explain it later. Okay, now simplify it further so that it will be 1 equals to plus minus 15 plus 3m. Okay, I am simplifying it directly. This minus times minus is plus, 3 times 5 is 15, m times 3 is 3m, divided by 5m whole upon 5m minus 9 whole upon 5. If you have enough space, then you can simplify it further. First of all, multiplying by minus and plus sign. First of all, operating the sign only, and then you can solve it later. Okay, you can come to this later. So 1 is equals to plus minus this whole entity here. This 5m and 5m is cancelled, and it will be 1 equals to plus and minus 15 plus 3m divided by 5m minus 9. Okay, 1 is equals to plus minus 15 plus 3m divided by 5m minus 9. So let me erase this part. Please don't forget to draw that figure. Okay, I'm writing here. Okay, now see here, both the signs I have, plus and minus sign. I will tell you later what does this imply, what positive sign means and what negative sign means here. So for now, let's take the positive sign. Taking positive sign, what we get here is 1 is equals to plus 15 plus 3m. So since there is no much such implications of the positive sign, you can directly simplify it. 1 is equals to 15 plus 3m. Let me check if there is any mistake here. Okay, 3x plus 5y is equals to 7 minus a by b. Just a minute. 3x plus 5y is equals to 7. Okay, and m2 is equal to minus a by b minus 3 by 5. This is 3 by m. That is correct. Plus minus m1 minus m2 by 1 plus m1 times m2. 3 by m. So 15 plus 3m by 5m minus 9 is correct. 1 is equal, sorry, there is denominator. So 5m minus 9. So if you take 5m minus 9 on the other side, then it will be 1 times 5m minus 9. So if you shift this 5m minus 9 on the other side, it will be 5m minus 9 equals to 5m minus 9 equals to 15 plus 3m. So 5m minus 3m is equals to 15 plus 9. And then 5m minus 3m is 2m. 15 plus 9 is 24. So m is equals to 12. We got the value of m is 12 at first. This is the first value. So let's take the negative sign also, so that we will get the next value. Taking negative sign. Be careful here while taking the negative sign. 1 is equals to minus times 15 plus 3m divided by 5m minus 9. Be careful here. I am taking from this step. 1 equals to plus minus 15 plus 3m by 5m minus 9. Both signs were here. So I am taking the negative sign only. So 5m minus 9 is equals to minus times 15 plus 3m. There are other questions also in your exercise, in your textbook. Please solve those questions. I especially recommend you to solve up to short questions. Minus 15 minus 3m. 5m plus 3m is equals to minus 15 minus 9. 8m is equals to minus 24. Let me correct it if it is wrong. 5m minus 9 equals to minus 15 minus 3m. Minus 15 plus 9, sorry. Minus 15 plus 9 is minus 6. Minus 6. Please let me know if you think something is occurred here. So m is equals to minus 6 by 8. So it will be minus 3 by 4. Okay, so there are the two values of x, m. At last write therefore m is equals to 12 or minus 3 by 4. I'll show you how these two values satisfies the required condition here. That the angle between the two lines must be 45 degree in both the case. Okay, if you put the value of m here as 12 in the given equation, and the line 3x plus 5y is equals to, let me show you, let me demonstrate it in the Desmos. Just a minute, I need to display the whole desktop here just for few minutes. Okay, see this one. So what we had is, we have the equation 3x plus 5y is equals to 7. Please see it in your question. You can see it in your textbook where you have written it. The given equation was 3x plus 5y is equals to 7. Okay, 3x plus 5y is equals to 7 भन्ने यो स्ट्रेट लाइन हो. ठीक छ. अब यो 3x plus 5y is equals to 7 भन्ने इक्वेसनमा त्यहाँ अर्को पनि इक्वेसन छ, एउटा 3x minus 3x minus or plus 3x minus my is equals to 19. 3x minus my is equals to 19. त्यो m को ठाउँमा 12 राख्यो भने चाहिँ यस्तो इक्वेसन बन्छ. m को ठाउँमा 12 राख्यो भने यस्तो इक्वेसन बन्छ. अब यो दुईटाको बिचमा एंगल यहाँ त 45 डिग्री त हुन सक्छ यहाँ त, isn't it? There will be the 45 degree angle between them. So if I consider the another equation, the m को value minus 3 by 4 भएको बेलामा चाहिँ कस्तो हुन्छ त इक्वेसन? लेट्स सी. Okay, see here, the angle between them is again 45 degree. But यो केसमा पनि 45 degree हुँदो रहेछ. See this blue line and the green line. The angle between them is 45 degree here also. Again, if I put the next line here, see here, these are the two different cases. यो लाइनले मेन लाइन इज दिस ग्रीन लाइन, यो त दिएको लाइन हो नि क्वेसनले हैन. सी हियर, क्वेसनले चाहिँ 3x plus 5y is equals to 7 भन्ने यो लाइन दियो यो. अनि हामीले जुन m को भ्यालु निकाल्यो नि, एउटा चाहिँ m को भ्यालु नेगेटिभ हुँदा एउटा र पोजिटिभ हुँदा अर्को भ्यालु यो एउटा भ्यालुमा नि यहाँ पनि 45 डिग्री एंगल बनिरहेछ, यहाँ पनि 45 डिग्री एंगल बनिरहेछ दुईटा लाइनको बीचमा हैन. भनेपछि यो एंगल पनि बन्न सक्यो, यो एंगल पनि बन्न सक्यो. ओके, सो don't get confused with, if the angle is 45 degree, let me choose for the positive sign only, and if the angle is obtuse angle, let me go for the negative sign only. Don't make such conclusion from there. Okay, it's totally different than you assume that. So let's go to the main topic that we are supposed to discuss today, and this is very important and a bit difficult also if you don't pay attention here. So please be attentive. If you are attentive, then it is one of the easiest also and very interesting topic also. So basic concept revision before going to the next things. Okay, let's revise all the things that we need to discuss this whole topic. Please write as it is displayed in the screen here. Okay, section formula for internal division. Though it does not carry such high significance here, I'm going to revise everything that you need to discuss, that we need to discuss in coordinate geometry especially. So I'm going to revise every basic things that we need here. Okay, so section formula for internal division. Let a point P x comma y divides a straight line joining the 2 points A x1 comma y1 and B x2 comma y2 into two parts internally in the ratio m1 is to m2. What does it mean? So there is a straight line which connects the 2 points A x1 comma y1, B x2 comma y2, somewhere in between A and B. Exact बीचमा हुनुपर्छ जरुरी छैन हैन. कतै बीचबाट चाहिँ यसलाई डिवाइड गर्छ भने कुनै एउटा पोइन्ट P ले Px, y ले, in such a way that its ratio is m1 is to m2. Okay, make this also m1 is to m2. Then its formula is, can anyone tell me the formula for internal division? Section formula for internal division.
m1x2 plus pxy is equals to
exactly
m1x2 plus m2x1 upon m1 plus m2 comma m1y2 plus m2y1 m1 plus m2
divided by m1 plus m2. Very good, Gaurav. So please write this. Then the coordinate of the point pxy is given by the formula pxy equals to m1x2 plus m2x1 upon m1 plus m2, comma m1y2 plus m2y1 by m1 plus m2. Okay, we will not use this formula a lot. We will not use this concept also, but sometimes the question may be asked in such a way that you need to use this formula. So let's revise this thing also. So it is pxy is equals to m1x2 plus m2x1 by m1 plus m2, comma m1y2 plus m2y1 by m1 plus m2. Please be quick while writing this. Please write fast and draw this figure also, so that it will have you will have a clear understanding here. I'm not going to discuss it in detail here about the section formula. You just need to go through the basic formula here. Here A and B is any straight line. You can think of a stick and you are going to break it in between A and B. Okay, यो बिचबाटै भाँच्ने हो नि त, भाँच्ने भनिसकेपछि त त्यसै कुनै पोइन्टबाट भाँचियो सच द्याट यतापट्टि चाहिँ 3 सेन्टिमिटर भयो, एउटा 5 सेन्टिमिटरको एउटा सपोज 5 मिटरको एउटा लट्ठी छ, 5 मिटरको लट्ठीलाई चाहिँ मैले ब्रेक गर्नु पर्यो भनेपछि यहाँदेखि यहाँसम्म मैले 2 मिटर र यहाँदेखि यहाँसम्म 3 मिटर डिभाइड गरेँ भने त रेसियो त 2:3 हुने भयो हैन, यतापट्टि 2 भाग यतापट्टि 3 भाग भने जस्तो. सो 2/3 or you can simply say that its ratio is 2:3. कसरी ब्रेक डाउन गर्ने, कसरी डिभाइड गर्ने, that is the concern here. So let me go to the next slide. Please copy it fast. Section formula for external division. Here you need to understand what actually external division is, though it doesn't carry such high significance here in this particular topic. There are some other significant topic than this especially. So section formula for external division. Let a point px comma y divides a straight line joining the 2 points ax1 comma y1 and bx2 comma y2 into the two parts in the ratio m1 is to m2 externally. Let me explain it, what actually this means. There is a straight line connecting the 2 points ax1 comma y1, bx2 comma y2. This is a straight line here, and it is going to divide it externally. What does it mean? भाँच्नेले त बाहिरबाट भाँच्ने भन्छ कि के भने यस्तो र त ब्रेक डाउन गर्ने, यसलाई त्यसरी डिभाइड गर्ने, सो दैट इट इज एक्सटर्नल. कस्तो सेन्स नै नभए जस्तो लाग्छ हैन, के भने जस्तो लाग्छ. So you need to understand what does it mean actually. There is a external point p x comma y. Okay, a र b त यसको end point भयो लाइन को, but we can suppose any point that is external to px comma y. It doesn't mean the actual division. यसलाई चाहिँ भाँच्ने नै ब्रेक डाउन गर्ने नै भने होइन हैन. तर suppose this is your school and this is your home हैन, there is some other place that you are considering, then you can measure the distance between a and b. हामीले a र b को बीचको डिस्टेन्स निकाल्न सकिन्छ नि, सकिदैन. Similarly we can find the distance between b and p. त्यस्तो केसमा डिस्टेन्स निकालिसकेपछि त we can find the ratio. Okay, so AP upon BP is equals to M1 upon M2. Externally divide गर्ने भनेर यसलाई ब्रेक डाउन नै गर्ने भने होइन. Okay, we are taking any reference point that is external to AB in the same straight line, and that is external to AB, that is outside of AB, any point P, such that the distance between A to P upon B to P is equals to M1 upon M2. यहाँदेखि यहाँसम्म सपोज 300 मिटर छ, यहाँदेखि यहाँसम्म 200 मिटर छ भने चाहिँ त्यसरी चाहिँ 3/2 अथवा 300/200 हुने भयो नि त हैन. So that is the ratio M1 upon M2. So the formula is M1 x2 minus M2 x1 by M1 minus M2 comma M1 y2 minus M2 y1 by M1 minus M2. Please copy it fast. Do it fast, please. Okay, have you copied it? Please let me know. Let me check how many students are here. Okay, almost 58 students. So this is a good number. Maybe almost 5 to 10 students must be more here for all the students to participate here. So let me go to the next one. Midpoint. Can anyone tell me what actually midpoint is? Okay, any point? Yeah, you were trying to say anything, something. Please let me know who is speaking.
Sir Abhita, any point that divides a line into two equal parts is known as midpoint.
Exactly. So there is a straight line, there is any random straight line, or you can say a line segment in fact. अब एउटा स्ट्रेट लाइन भन्यो भने त कति लेन्थको होइन इन्फाइनाइट लेन्थको भयो भने त अब त्यसलाई मिड पोइन्ट कहाँ भन्ने बट इफ यु कन्सिडर अ लाइन सेगमेन्ट any point that divides a straight line, or you can say especially a line segment, okay, a straight line segment into two equal halves. A straight line segment, straight line मात्र भन्यो भने तपाईँ त इन्फाइनाइट पनि हुन सक्यो नि त लाइन सेगमेन्ट भन्यो त लिमिटेड भयो. It has two endpoints into two equal halves is called midpoint. So let me try to make you understand. This is a x1 y1, the first endpoint of the line, and please write this, okay, even if you know, please write it. Because at the time of revision, you need to revise all these things so that केही पनि छुट्दैन कि यो सबै कुरा रिभाइज गऱ्यो भने चाहिँ अनि बल्ल क्वेसन गऱ्यो भने चाहिँ सजिलो हुन्छ. बरु आज चाहिँ बेसिक कुरा मात्र डिस्कसन गरौँ, अर्को दिन क्वेसन सल्भ गरौँ र, तर बेसिक कुरा चाहिँ क्लियर हुनु पर्यो. So this yum x comma y divides AB in such a way that the distance between A and B is equals A and yum is equals to distance between M and B. Then this point yum is called the midpoint. Its formula is given by mx comma y equals to x1 plus x2 by 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2. I hope most of you know this formula because you have started to read this formula from class 8. If mx comma y be the midpoint of line segment joining the points a x1 comma y1 and b x2 comma y2, then the midpoint of the line is given as mx comma y is equals to x1 plus x2 by 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2. So please copy it first. If you are using mobile to watch this class, then you can zoom it, okay, without by using your fingertips. त्यसलाई जुम पनि गर्न मिल्छ है, त क्लास जसरी फोटो जुम गर्छ नि तिमीहरूले मोबाइलमा त्यो स्लाइडलाई त्यसरी जुम गरेर यसरी हेर्न मिल्छ है, यदि कुनै क्लियर छैन भने चाहिँ. Though I have maintained the size of the font so that it will be visible for you easily. So this is the midpoint. Please write the formula very fast. Okay, I hope you copied it. So let's go to the next one. That is distance between the 2 points. Okay, can you tell me the distance between the 2 points? The formula for distance between 2 points. The other 2 points A and B. Okay, tell me.
Root under x2 minus x1 whole square plus root under plus y2 minus y1 whole square.
Okay, very good. Though the question will not be asked directly to find the distance between the 2 points, in some cases we need to use this formula. We may ask to use this formula. So please revise this also. Distance between the 2 points a x1 comma y1 and b x2 comma y2 is given by the formula AB is equals to root over x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. अब दुईटा क्यापिटल लेटरले यसरी दुईटा भर्टेक्सहरु यसरी सिम्पली यति लेखिन्छ भने then you need to understand that this is trying to say, and its implicit meaning is that it is the distance between A and B. Okay, so distance between A and B is equals to, or AB is equals to root over x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. And don't get confused that the distance between 2 points may be termed as length between the length of the straight line, okay, or the length of a straight line that connects A and B. In such a way also it may be interpreted. Don't get confused. पहिला distance को formula पढाएको थियो हैन, अनि आए चाहिँ find the length of line that connects A and B भन्यो भने चाहिँ त्यसको मिनिङ त्यही नै हो है. त्यो डिस्टेन्स भनेर लेन्थ भन्ने एउटै हो. एक्जाममा चाहिँ कहिले डिफाइन कम्प्युटर भनेर आउँछ, कहिले व्हाट डु यु मिन बाइ कम्प्युटर भनेर आउँछ हैन. त्यस्तै हो यो पनि. These are just different terminology to use the distance for distance here. So I hope you copied it. Let's go to the next one. So basically I am revising all the basic things that you need here. Distance between point and the straight line. Actually it must be perpendicular distance. Please write a perpendicular distance. Perpendicular distance between point and straight line, because distance and perpendicular distance has some substantial difference. Okay, so I'm adding this term perpendicular distance. It will have totally different meaning here if you just write distance here. So perpendicular distance between 2 points, between point and a straight line. Okay, perpendicular distance between point and the straight line. Can anyone tell me the formula? Let me explain the question. Suppose this is a straight line with the equation ax plus by plus c equals to 0. A straight line just equation दिएको छ. And there is another point. Okay, I hope it is displayed in your device also. Another point, that is px1 comma y1, that is external to this straight line. That is outside of this straight line. Ax plus by plus c equals to 0. So what is the perpendicular distance between this point px1 comma y1 and ax plus by plus c equals to 0? यो point र यो line को बीचको distance को formula के हो त? Okay, can anyone tell me? Perpendicular distance भनेको चाहिँ यहाँ distance मात्र भनेको भए, suppose यो point is px comma y1 comma x1 comma y1, distance भनेको भए यसरी पनि बनाउन सकिन्थ्यो, यता पनि हुन सक्थ्यो. distance भनेपछि त जति नि हुन सक्यो हैन, distance भनेपछि भेक्टर क्वान्टिटी हैन, यतैबाट हुनुपर्छ भनेर. perpendicular distance भने चाहिँ फिक्स गरिदियो के, त्यहाँबाट यो लाइनमा draw गर्ने एउटा shortest line. And remember that perpendicular distance is the shortest distance between point and the line. Okay, यो पनि अलि ठुलो छ, यो पनि अलि ठुलो छ, यो सबै अलि ठुलो छ हैन. तर perpendicular भने सबैभन्दा shortest हुन्छ है. Please remember that. Can anyone tell me what is the formula to find the distance between the point and the straight line? That's high opportunity छ भन्ने भयो भन. Okay, this is the time to show that you have remembered all the things, you have learned it well. So the formula is, let me suppose the distance between them be small p. Small p भनेको यो perpendicular distance भनेर भने है. यसलाई d पनि लेख्न सकिन्छ, कहिलेकाहीँ कुनै किताबमा d पनि लेखेको हुन सक्छ. मैले यो small p किन लेखेको भने यसलाई चाहिँ perpendicular distance हो नि त, त्यही भएर यसलाई small p लेख्दै है त. So the yes please, ल भन म हटाइदिन्छु यसलाई.
ax1 plus by1 plus c by root under a square plus b square अनि होललाई चाहिँ मोडुलस मा राख्नुहुन्छ.
Exactly. ल अनुष्काले भने होला हो. Okay, yes. Anushka, thank you Anushka. So distance between this point x1 y1 and ax plus by plus c equals to 0 is given by, or the perpendicular distance, the perpendicular distance is small p is equals to modulus of ax1 plus by1 plus c whole upon root over a square plus b square. Okay, this a and b are the coefficient of x1 and y1. अनि यो मोडुलस साइन चाहिँ किन भने लेन्थ त कहिले पनि नेगेटिभ हुँदैन नि. तिमीले यो भित्र सिम्प्लिफाई गर्दै गयौ, यहाँ त लेन्थ नेगेटिभ आयो, भनेपछि त्यसलाई पनि पोजिटिभ बनाउनको लागि चाहिँ मोडुलस साइन हो है. यसलाई एब्सोल्युट साइन पनि भन्छन्. यसको बारेमा यो साइनको बारेमा तिमीले हायर लेभलमा पढ्छौ. जस्तो कि मोडुलस साइनको भित्रबाट तिमीले प्लस माइनस 2 आयो, अथवा प्लस 2 मात्र आयो, अथवा माइनस 2 आयो, यस्तो जे आए पनि तिमीले यसको भेल्युमा के लेख्नु पर्यो? पोजिटिभ. यहाँ पनि पोजिटिभ है, यहाँ पनि पोजिटिभ. त्यो किनभने मैले एउटा एक्जाम्पल दिने गर्छु जहिले पनि. यो जस्तो कि लेन्थ हैन, डिस्टेन्स भन्ने कुरा कहिले नेगेटिभ हुँदैन के. फर एक्जाम्पल तिम्रो हाइट कति छ भने नि त, सर मेरो हाइट चाहिँ -5'2" छ भनेको कसैले त भन्दैन हैन. -5 feet 2 inch छ भनेर त भन्छ र भन्दैन नि. सो लेन्थ इज नेभर नेगेटिभ, डिस्टेन्स इज नेभर नेगेटिभ. सो perpendicular distance जहिले पनि इट इज positive always by definition. Okay, so it must be modulus sign over this. Okay, we are talking only about the magnitude of the distance between the 2 points, so it must be positive. So ax1 plus by1 plus c upon root over a square plus b square. Please copy it first. ax1 plus by1 plus c whole upon root over a square plus b square. आज कन्सेप्ट मात्र क्लियर गरौँ न. यस्तै बेसिक कुराहरू, धेरै ठुलो कुरा पढ्नै पर्दैन के. यसमा नयाँ पढ्ने कुरा भन्दा एउटा दुईटा कुरा मात्र छ तिमीले 10 मा. तर तिमीले पहिला पढेकै कुरा बिर्सिन्छ, अनि त्यसपछि 10 मा आएपछि अब यो कुरा चाहिँ अब गाह्रो भइदिन्छ के. यही पढेन, यो फर्मुलै जानेन भने सकिहाल्यो नि हैन. यो त 9 मा पढायो नि तिमीहरुले. So let's go to the next one. Okay, centroid. It's talking about centroid. ल कसैलाई सोधौँ है त centroid. What is centroid? Can anyone tell me? Show your knowledge, okay? But के छ तिम्रो knowledge को खल्तीमा? Centroid. What do you mean by centroid of a triangle? Centroid of a triangle. I have not written of a triangle. Please tell me But actually centroid को फर्मुला त धेरै आउँछ. What is centroid? Tell me what is centroid? Is there anyone? Prozal?
Sir,
Yeah, I think Abhita is speaking. Abhita, just tell me what is centroid?
okay. Intersection point of medians of a triangle.
Very good. Can you tell me what is median of a triangle?
Median, drawn from the vertex up to the base.
Up to the midpoint of base. Very good, Abhita. Very good try and very good answer. So this is a triangle, and if this vertex join the midpoint of the other side of the triangle, of the base of the triangle, then this line is called the median. Okay, so let me display the whole things here. Please write this. Intersecting point of the medians of any triangle is called centroid. Intersecting point of the medians of any triangle is called centroid. Triangle मा तीनटा median हुन्छ हैन, जस्तोसुकै triangle मा पनि हामीले triangle को median draw गर्न सक्छौं. Triangle यस्तो बाङ्गोटिङ्गो पनि हुन सक्छ हैन, यस्तो खालको triangle पनि हुन सक्यो, triangle right angle पनि हुन सक्यो. It's not necessary that it must be always the equilateral. It must be placed in such a way. Generally त हामीले यस्तो फिगर बनाइन्छ नि हैन, तर यस्तो मात्र हुने हो कि जस्तो लाग्छ के. Triangle यस्तो पनि हुन सक्छ हैन. अब यस्तो केसमा पनि median त बन्न सकिहाल्छ नि. हेर त यो vertex बाट अर्को साइडको मिड पोइन्ट, सपोज यो 3 सेन्टिमिटर छ भने यता 1.5 यता नि 1.5, यसरी गर्दै नि यो पोइन्टलाई हामीले के भन्छौं, मिड पोइन्ट. र मिड पोइन्ट र भर्टेक्स जोड्यो भने लाइनलाई चाहिँ के भनिन्छ, मिडियन है. अब वी आर टकिङ अबाउट centroid here. So let me show you this triangle with coordinates a x1 y1, b x2 y2, and c x3 comma y3. Okay, so this particular line, it divides the whole straight line into two equal halves. यो तलपट्टिको बेस छ नि, यसलाई मानौ एउटा am है त, मैले लेख्न बिर्सेछु यहाँ am. It divides into two equal halves. This is first median, and there is another median from B, vertex B. Vertex B बाट पनि यतापट्टि अर्को median draw गरे है. So that it divides AC into two equal halves. Let me suppose it as N. Okay, and there is one more median from the vertex C. तीनटा median हुन्छ, M and N. Let me suppose it as P. Okay, it also divides into three equal halves, so two equal halves. ल यो फर्स्टमा चाहिँ एउटा बनाइदेऊ, यतापट्टि दुईटा बनाइदेऊ, यतापट्टि तीनटा लाइन बनाऊ है. यो दुईटा चाहिँ इक्वल छ, यहाँ पनि यो दुईटा इक्वल छ, यतापट्टि यो दुईटा इक्वल छ. इक्विलेटरल भयो भने त यो तीनटै इक्वल होला हैन, तर सधैँ इक्विलेटरलकै केस हुनुपर्छ जरुरी छैन के सेन्ट्रोइड हुनको लागि. सो दिस पोइन्ट जनरली द सेन्ट्रोइड इज डिनोटेड एज G. सेन्ट्रोइडलाई चाहिँ हामीले यो क्यापिटल G ले डिनोट गरेर आउँछ. दिस पोइन्ट, दिस पर्टिकुलर इंटरसेक्टिङ पोइन्ट अफ द मिडियन्स, हेर त यो इंटरसेक्टिङ पोइन्ट छ नि मिडियन्सहरुको, दिस इज कॉल्ड द सेन्ट्रोइड. I hope you understand. Please copy the figure. Do it fast, please. Okay, just a minute. I think there is a problem in the slide. Okay, just for a few minutes. Okay, I'm trying to change the color here. Okay, there's three straight lines given in the red. These are the medians, AM, BN and CP. These are the medians, and these intersecting points of the median, G is the centroid. हेर त तीनटा सेन्ट्रोइड जाने एक्ज्याक्ट मिड भए नि, तीनटाको जक्सन हो कि यिनीहरु मिड भएर यहाँ यसो चिया खान्छन् होला नि त हैन. यो मिडियनहरु भेट भएर यसो चिया खान ठाउँलाई चाहिँ के भनिदो रहेछ, सेन्ट्रोइड भनिदो रहेछ. तीनटै मिडियन चाहिँ एउटै पोइन्टमा मिट हुन्छ, दैट इज कॉल्ड सेन्ट्रोइड. एक्चुअली दिस इज द सेन्टर अफ ग्रेभिटी अल्सो. यो मास जति पनि हुन्छ नि, यसको मासको कन्सन्ट्रेसन चाहिँ यहीँनिर हुन्छ है. सेन्टर अफ ग्रेभिटी पनि भन्छन् यसलाई कुनै कुनै केसमा चाहिँ. But in general, it is centroid. Mathematically, if you talk about this thing, then it is called centroid. Now, centroid को formula सबैलाई थाहा छ होला हैन. Centroid को भन्ने हो कसैले लेखिसक्यो. Okay, write it. If gxy be centroid of any triangle with the coordinates ax1 y1, bx2 y2, and cx3 y3, then the coordinates of the centroid of triangle is gx comma y equals to x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, comma y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. Please copy it first. I'm muting my microphone for a minute. Please copy it first. Okay, have you copied it? So let me go to the next one. I think you have copied it. Okay, altitude of triangle. Altitude भने चाहिँ के हो कसरी भन्न सक्छ? ठिकै छ, अलि टाइम पनि वेस्ट भयो जस्तो लाग्यो. Let me explain it. थाहा छ होला धेरैलाई कसैले भन्न खोज्यो होला, कसैले भन्न खोजेन होला. It's the thing that matters. That perception matters. Line passing through one of the vertex, है? Altitude भने के हो? Line passing through one of the vertex and perpendicular to the base of the triangle. So this is a triangle. यस्तो खालको ट्रायंगल छ हैन? सो चुच्चे वाला ट्रायंगल रहेछ है. अथवा ट्रायंगल. Erase it. Okay. So this is a triangle. अलि चुच्चे रहेछ यतापट्टि. And this is triangle ABC. Please don't make this figure. I will display it later. I have made the PowerPoint here. AB. Then if you draw perpendicular from this point A to the base, then this is called altitude. We can say that it is height of the triangle also. Okay, altitude बनेगी height हो. Okay, so let me explain. Let me display what it has to offer here. This is a triangle with coordinates A, B, and C. Okay, and this line AM that is perpendicular to the base BC is called the altitude. Line passing through one of the vertex and perpendicular to the base of the triangle is called altitude. We don't have any specific formula here, but actually altitude भनेको त एउटा लाइन भयो नि हैन, त्यही बुझे हुन्छ अहिले चाहिँ. लाइन त लाइन, तर कस्तो लाइन भन्दा that is perpendicular to the base of the triangle. Line passing through the one of the vertex and perpendicular to the opposite base. If you draw altitude from here B, and in this case also that will be the altitude. Here also that will be the altitude. If you draw perpendicular line from C to the base, then that will be the altitude. So let's go to the next one. Please copy it first. Draw the figure also. Here AM is equals to altitude. You can write here. Here AM is equals to altitude. Though it's not necessary that AM is only the altitude. I am not saying that. Okay, AM is one of the altitude of triangle ABC. Similarly, you can draw from B also, from C also. Okay, I have not drawn it here. Just you can understand what altitude is from here. So let's go to the next one. Intersecting point of the two lines. Intersecting point of the two lines. Please copy the topic. Intersecting point of two lines. I will keep on here. Let's try to understand. So but there is a straight line whose equation is x plus y plus 2 equals to 0. Okay, what a straight line, sir? Is it displayed? Black no. So there is another line. Oh, I'm sorry. There is another line that is x minus y plus 2 is equals to 0. Adita intersecting points and another intersecting point here. Intersecting point how will you find it? Can you tell me? Okay, by solving the two equations. You do the equation solve you intersecting point now. If you know the equation of any two intersecting lines, and after solving the equations, you will get the point of intersection. Okay, it is written here. The coordinate of intersecting point of two lines or two straight lines is obtained by solving the equation. though you can use the either method, any method to solve the equations, that is elimination method or substitution method, any method you can employ there to find the value of x and y, or the intersecting point of the two lines that are intersecting each other. Okay, please do it fast, copy it fast. We're just revising the basic things that we need to know before going into the concept here. Okay, please let me know if you have copied it or not. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Perpendicular bisector. Okay, this is very important. Perpendicular bisector. Okay, so this is a line segment AB. Please draw this figure also. There is a line segment AB. Okay, I have used the term line segment. Line मात्र हैन, line segment भन्दा मैले है, line भनिन्छ infinite length को हुन्छ, कति हो कति जान्छ, we don't know. Though in general we mean certain distance between the 2 points. Line segment means, so any line, so in case of this one CE is here, any line which intersect AB in such a way that it is perpendicular to AB, and also it is it passes through the midpoint. हेर त यो D लाई चाहिँ म यतापट्टि लेख्छु ल. Okay, so let me write it here. Okay, this D is the midpoint. Please draw this figure. AB is any straight line or any straight line segment here. CE is passing through this line in such a way that, intersecting this line in such a way that it is perpendicular to it also. And perpendicular सबैले बुझिहाल्छ, AB सँग perpendicular छ. अनि बाइसेक्टर भनेको कस्तो भने त्यसलाई चाहिँ इक्वल हाफमा डिभाइड गरेर जाने के, त्यसको मिड पोइन्ट बाट जाने भनौं न हजुर. Okay, it passes through AB in such a way that it divides it into two equal halves. AD र DB को length equal हुने भनेको त D midpoint हो. So perpendicular bisector is such line which is perpendicular to the given line. Also it passes through the midpoint of the given line segment. Two things you need to consider here. एउटा perpendicular हुन्छ र अर्को चाहिँ midpoint बाट जान्छ. यो पछि सबै सोध्छु मैले, यो क्वेशनहरु गर्ने बेलामा आउँछ यस्तो कुराहरु. At that time you need to say, okay. So a straight line which bisect a line segment is called perpendicular bisector of the line segment. A straight line which bisect a line segment perpendicularly. Please write it here. Straight line which bisects a line segment perpendicularly is called perpendicular bisector of line segment. यो कुरालाई म समराइज गर्दैछु. The line is perpendicular to the line segment, or the perpendicular bisector is, यो line भनेको perpendicular bisector है, यो लाइनलाई भने is perpendicular to the line segment. The line passes through the midpoint of the line segment. दुईटा कुरा है. Perpendicular means it must make an angle of 90 degree with the given line segment, and bisector mean it must pass through the midpoint of the given line segment. Please write all these things. Write it fast. Okay, I hope you have written it. If you have not written it, please remind me. So I'm going to the next slide here. Okay, diagonals of square. This has some interesting property. How many of you know any one property of diagonals of a square? So draw this figure. Draw this figure. Also, don't forget to make the diagonals there. Okay, the diagonals are perpendicular. यो स्क्वायर को property के हुन्छ भने डायगोनलहरु चाहिँ एकअर्कासँग यसरी perpendicular पनि हुँदो रहेछ हेर त perpendicular पनि भइराछ अनि एकअर्कालाई ठ्याक्क मिड पोइन्टबाट बाड्दो रहेछ के हेर त मिड पोइन्टमा काट्दो रहेछ सपोज इफ दिस इज 3 cm this must also be 3 cm though in case of square these all the length are equal here यो पनि 3 cm हुनु पर्यो यो पनि 3 cm हुनु पर्यो यो बीचको चाहिँ मिड पोइन्ट भयो के डायगोनल्स को suppose this is a square with diagonals with length AB with vertex ABCD but it says ABCD is a square go and this point is O, let us suppose O, then AO is equals to OC, DO is equals to OB. भनेपछि perpendicular पनि हुने अनि मिड पोइन्टबाट पनि जाने भनेपछि यसलाई हामीले के भनेको थियौ अघि भर्खरै तर के भनेको थियौ perpendicular bisector. It means the diagonals of square are perpendicular bisector of each other. यो कुरा यसरी बुझ्न सकियो है दिस इज द प्रॉपर्टी अफ स्क्वायर अनि अर्को कुरा के पनि छ भने द डायगोनल्स bisect the vertical angle also the vertex angle also हेर त यहाँ 90 डिग्री हुन्थ्यो नि this 90 degree angle is also divided into two equal halves that is 45 degree each. This one also 45 degree 45 degree 45 degree 45 degree 45 degree 45 degree 45 degree. Okay, so you need to understand this concept here. Diagonals are perpendicular to each other, also they bisect each other. In case of square, right? Try to understand in case of square. So the diagonals of square are perpendicular bisector of each other, that is the diagonals are perpendicular to each other and the diagonals bisect each other or cut each other at midpoint. एकअर्कालाई कहाँ काट्छ मिड पोइन्टमा काट्छ भनेको हो. Please copy it fast. Okay, I hope you understand. So let me give you more insight of this particular thing. Okay, I think I have something mentioned in this slide. Just for a few minutes. Okay. Just for a few minutes. Okay, wait for a while. I'm going to display the whole screen because it was not hyperlinked. Okay, let me show you here. यो फिगर चाहिँ नबनाउँदा नि हुन्छ बनाउन मन लाग्छ भने बनाउँदा नि हुन्छ नबनाउँदा नि बेटर छ. See here, let me increase the size of the square. यसमा यो स्क्वायर हेर त यो स्क्वायरमा के भइरहेछ हेर यसको के छ यहाँ डायगोनल्सहरु हेर त एकअर्कासँग बाइसेक्ट पनि छ नि हैन बाइसेक्ट भनेको के हो यो 8.27 छ यता नि 8.27 छ यता 8.27 यहाँ पनि 8.27 सबै इक्वल छ के डायगोनलको बीचको भागहरु. It means that they are they cut each other at midpoint of each other हैन. जस्तो CB ले DA को midpoint मा काटिरहेछ नि किनभने यो 8.27 यो पनि 8.27 यो पनि 8.27 8.27 त्यसै they bisect each other. Okay, let me show you one more square here. यहाँ चाहिँ हेर त यो 90 डिग्री भएको देखाइरहेछ यसले चाहिँ the angle between them.
Sir, slide is not shown.
Okay, I'm sorry then. Just please wait for a minute. Okay, see this one. त्यस्तो स्लाइडहरु देखेन भने त भन न त्यो किन डराउँछ भाइ आर नट स्पिकिङ. So these are is it displayed Gaurav now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, see here, this is a square ABCD. The diagonals AD and BC are cutting them each other in such a way that the length CE is equals to EB, AE is equals to ED. हेर त यसलाई ठुलो बनाइदिउँ हैन यसको ठुलो बनाउँदा नि के हुन्छ होला यसको तपाईँहरु अर्को बढ्यो नि हैन त 9.38 त भयो तर 9.38 यहाँ पनि 9.38 9.38 9.38 they cut each other in such a way that they make the midpoint or they bisect each other यसले चाहिँ bisect को कुरा गरे है bisect हुँदो रहेछ नि त हैन diagonalsहरु they pass through the midpoint of each other भनेको के अनि 90 degree पनि हुन्छ see the angle between them is 90 degree okay angle between them is 90 degree the angle between the diagonals is 90 degree it means okay also the angle of the vertex is 45 degree angle it bisects the angle at the vertex also that is 45 degree you don't need to make this figure but just try to understand what it's trying to say okay so let's go to the next one diagonals of a rhombus please copy it fast सरर सार देऊ त पहिला एकचोटी अनि यसलाई एक्सप्लेन गरौँला it's almost same as that of square though it is a bit different थोरै केही त फरक छ तर यसमा पनि परपेन्डिकुलर बाइसेक्टर त यहाँ पनि परपेन्डिकुलर बाइसेक्टर पनि हुन्छ है त let me show the slide only please copy it fast the diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular bisector of each other rhombus do you know rhombus what rhombus is rhombus भनेको के हो rhombus र स्क्वायर भने दुई दाजुभाइ थिए रे हैन एकदिन rhombus स्क्वायरले चाहिँ rhombusलाई टाउकोमा उडेर हानेछ अनि यसो बाङ्गो बनाइदिएको थियो के त्यसलाई हैन झगडा गरेर ल दुई भाइको and almost they have the same property the difference is that the angle at vertex is not 90 degree in case of rhombus and here the diagonals are also not equal in square the length of the diagonals are equal the diagonal को दुईटा लेन्थ छ नि दुईटा diagonal त्यसको लेन्थ नै इक्वल हुन्छ in case of square but in case of rhombus the length of the diagonal is not equal okay so let's go to the next one let me interpret it at first hope you have copied it the diagonals of rhombus are perpendicular bisector of each other that is the diagonals are perpendicular to each other and the diagonals bisect each other in bracket I have written it cut each other at midpoint तिनीहरुले यसरी काट्छन् हैन कट नै लेख्दै के बुझ्छ होला नि त तिनीहरुले यसरी काट्छन् कि so that they passes through the midpoint of each other okay let me show you in GeoGebra also यो एकदम क्लियर पिक्चर बनाउने दिमागमा चाहिँ rhombus भनेको के हो हैन property के हुन्छ what are these property you need to make a clear picture of it so that only that you can after that you can solve the questions properly so this is rhombus okay its length is equal everywhere in all sides the length is equal सबै length equal छ नि हेर त if I increase the size also it increases in such a way that its length is equal everywhere okay it increases proportionally so let me show the diagonals कस्तो हुन्छ त यसको diagonals भयो हैन let me show the diagonal length see here they have different length okay हेर अघि स्क्वायरमा के थियो यो यतापट्टि 5 छ भने यो पनि 5 नै हुनु पर्थ्यो के दुईटै diagonals both diagonals must be of the same length but in case of rhombus it's not the case if it is equal then that is a square if it is not equal then that is a rhombus यता 3.71 छ यतापट्टि 3.71 okay midpoint त हुन्छ okay but they are not equal the fractions of the diagonals the parts of the diagonals are not equal these two equal parts they are equal to each other okay एउटै diagonal को लागि त यसले त इक्वल त हुनु पर्यो एउटा midpoint ले तर अर्को diagonal को पनि the certain part is equal but one diagonal is not equal to the length of the other diagonal okay and the diagonal angles here it bisects the angle at the vertex also but the vertex angle is not 90 degree जति हुन्छ त्यसलाई त bisect गर्छ हैन तर vertex angle चाहिँ यहाँ के हुँदैन 90 degree हुँदैन so if it is 60 degree then it will divide it into 30 and 30 if it is 120 then it will divide in such a way that it is 60 and 60 and the main important thing that is you need to understand here is it makes the angle of 90 degree between each other the diagonals make an angle of 90 degree with each other I hope you understand this so let's go to the next slide I think we have a few minutes just copy it fast diagonals of a parallelogram this is a parallelogram ABCD. Diagonals of parallelogram are not perpendicular to each other. They only bisect each other. The diagonals of a parallelogram are not perpendicular to each other. Please copy it fast. The perpendicular भयो भने चाहिँ फेरि के हुन्छ त्यो चाहिँ? त्यो अर्कै कुरा हुन्छ है. Okay, I think we are running out of time. It's already 8 AM. So tomorrow is a very important class. We will go to the topic where we will discuss the actual essence of the straight line. As a straight line, okay, extra कुरा. So thank you everyone. Thank you for the presence. Now you can leave the session and join the other class. Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye bye, sir.
Bye bye, sir.
Thank you. Have a great day. Take care. Okay, let me download the attendance and end the meeting. Thank you everyone. Bye bye.